Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing a great day.
Doing a great day.
Doing a great day. Today we're going to talk about Trese, a Netflix anime original, and it's based off a Philippine comic with the same title. And if you watched I want to say After Dark episode of this, it's basically the creators of this. They wanted to create a comic that was based off of Batman and Constantine, and so that's why you got Trese. She's like a supernatural investigator who investigates mysteries from supernatural events. And originally she was supposed to be a male, but to separate her, the character or the story from other comics, they made her a female, and that's why we have a woman protagonist. Thank you very much.
What's that?
I've been talking too long. Anyways, I can't talk. So that's how they came up with her. He liked Batman. He liked Constantine. He put them together, and then to separate the character,
it's like
story from others that made her a female.
Kind of like vampire hunting, a little bit, like a vampire hunting show.
Yep,
and then first bit.
A little bit more when you watch the Netflix after.
There are things in there that would make Tanjiro's eyes pop out of his head.
Right. Also, before we get to the story, but I want to get to the part where the reason that Netflix picked this was specifically because it was a Philippine, so it was like it was a Philippine, and it was a female. So Netflix was kind of going with like a woke storyline per se. However,
the thing is though is that even though like I guess you could see it that way, it wasn't like the male everyone else was useless. Like,
well, that's what I'm going. That's what I'm talking about. However, the original creators of the comic weren't like that at all. They really focused on the story. And on characters and building these great characters. And luckily for the anime, the people who created it, who was the director and stuff, who worked on the anime, focused on the same things.
Yeah, so like Trese, like the main character Trese was like she is really strong, like just really really strong. But also like there's things in there that justify it, not just out of the blue, not just immediately super powerful. She had to work up to it, and it shows that with these like prologues that they have in each episode. And it's like it shows like her like what she's been taught, how she's been trained, what she had to do to get to where she was. And I was like, that's really cool, because now it's not like it doesn't look like she was just like now she's immediately good at everything. Right,
and everything she does, you actually see it being built up. Nothing comes out. She doesn't defeat.
And plus, like, it's also really cool to learn the lore behind the show as well. Like all the things tying together really well. Like, everything is so perfectly tied in. It's amazing.
Right, and there's nothing like where she's in trouble and something out of the blue saves the day.
Yeah, it's like it's still her own power, and it's natural.
Right. Everything happens naturally.
Like when she was cornered, and she was able to produce like a shockwave. Like she's exhibited other kind of magics like that before. Right. When some of them are actually a little stronger than that.
Yeah, we've seen her do it in a previous episode.
Yeah, we've seen her do it. So it was just like, she didn't just randomly learn a new ability. It was just like she was able to apply what she's already learned and create something that she could use to help her out. And like that's the kind of thing that's really cool, because like you can't just give someone a new technique and out of the random
plot armor.
Yeah.
So let's get to the plot real quick. Basically, she is a daughter of her father was a guy who made a pact with all these supernatural beings in order to protect humans and the world, right?
Yeah.
And so, this season, we're seeing this pact being threatened to dissolve.
Because people just don't know how to stop being stupid.
Right. Well, because you got people who were... There are people who were against it in the first place, against the pact. And so you have a bad human, and then you have a god that comes in to play.
A bad human? I don't even think he can be considered a human anymore. He's done... Like, it's not just it's not the deeds that caused him not to be human. It's more like the type of magic things he's done. So, like, there's parts where he's, like, literally, like, cut himself to and put chunks of his flesh into like
Right.
like he's taken his like an inner out, cut it and put it in something, or like to make takes control. So I'm like, no human could do that
Right.
without dying. Like what the heck?
And what's great about this is every episode plays a part into the ending. Like, so there's clues in every episode that when it comes to the final end, you can see
the like little lines connect.
Yeah, connect. Like, oh, okay, so this is happening.
This is why
here.
this happened. Yeah, this is why that happened, and that's
Right.
what caused that. And
Right.
like,
That's why the bad guy did this, so this event could happen. That's why this bad guy did that. There's an episode where she kills a character and she makes an enemy out of that character.
Although, for some reason, that character did kind of like he did something stupid. Like if he would have just been like a good boy, he wouldn't have had to be killed because
Right.
she's not gonna just let him kill her.
Yeah, it was either she died or he died.
Yeah, that was how that
Yep.
was how that went. And then like I
But-
remember.
But the father didn't see things that way.
Yeah, and then like when some of the earlier episodes when the Aswang were like attacking her, trying to kill these like people, and she was killing them. I was like thinking in my head, I'm just like, okay, like first of all, you do you, but then like, what about like, it all depends because like you can't kill something, right? And then expect it to be like just fine. So like, and it also plays a part because like survival, like killing for survival, like in self-defense, right? Is like a reasonable thing to kill for. Like, I mean, I still don't like nobody is really with killing, I guess, but like killing for self-defense is okay. But I prefer more like a food thing. But anyways, it still causes a lot of problems because and like you can also see how like the people who keep on like trying to hurt her or hurt other people, and she has to like step in. You can kind of see like that's a disaster just waiting to happen.
Right. And so there's some themes that this story comes. One theme that they hits on is a family. You see the dad and the relationship between her father and her, and even her mother and herself. That kind of family, and then they adopt the two boys.
Yeah, and I thought they were like phantoms or something, and I was like, nah, they're not phantoms. They're freaking demigods.
Yeah, they're demigods, and like how that relationship, bringing in two people into her family that she doesn't really trust, and how to see the bond between her and those two boys develops throughout the before and then during the series.
Yeah. She's still like. She's also like a little cold towards them. She's actually a really cold character towards a lot of people. And like in the prologues, like that is something I don't really understand is what actually made her be so cold. Like I know like her dad's death was like really thing like that, but like even at home, like it's not just her in her professional life. It's like at home as well. She's just like she says very little when asked a question. She tells them immediately the answer. And as short as possible, but like straightforward. So I'm like, yeah, that's a cool way to answer a question, but she doesn't do it any other way. And she's always very, like, she's always in like that professional tone.
Yep. So we also see in this.
I don't really know what caused her to.
We also see the sacrifice. It's also like a pro-life series, really, because we see two extreme differences. Like the mom of the two sons sacrificed her life for her two boys,
even though she was like summoning a god to kill everybody and all that stuff.
And then we see that another extreme where we see an actress having an abortion.
It wasn't an abortion. It was straight up murder.
Yeah, kill her baby.
Like left her baby to die. And then you know what?
So
the thing is though, is that when you get into the Philippines urban legends and stuff,
well,
having an abortion is not the best idea because there's countless vengeful spirits that'll come after you.
Right, but she kills her baby so that her career, being an actress can continue and she can prosper.
And then it comes back to the Chunuk, and the Chunuk is
then killed. I don't know if everybody knows what a Chunuk is.
Chunuk is basically a vengeful spirit. It's you know what happens, like, so the baby died. It came back as a monster. It was like I think she said it was like a type of goblin. I think that's what she said.
It looked like a big spider to me.
It kind of looked like a necromorph. If you've ever seen like a necromorph, it kind of looks a little bit like that.
But yeah, it comes back. She kills it again, and then
And Trese was not happy.
No, she wasn't happy because
She
she
was
knows
very mad.
because it was just trying to get back with its mom.
Yeah, it was on like, and even though it did kill someone,
Uh-huh.
it's not its fault because that was just it was what happened. A vengeful spirit does not just because a vengeful spirit comes from a particular person does not mean that vengeful spirit reflects everything from that person. So like someone who is killed and has like immense amounts of hate, if the vengeful spirit that comes and revives will have a lot of hate towards anybody, not just that one person who did them wrong, but toward anyone.
Yep. And so another theme that kind of gets to is political corruption. We see a corrupt mayor.
Corrupt mayor?
Yep.
He's not corrupt. He was never corrupt. He was just psychopathic.
Well, he's a corrupt because he was doing a bunch of...
I guess it depends on your definition of corrupt. Because
he was doing illegal stuff. He was kidnapping people, feeding people to people, trying to get more power. And then we also see in the police department were
I see more of a
people.
sadist. I see more of a sadist.
He's being a corrupt
person.
politician. And then you have the policemen who are brutalizing... people like
and I'm just
criminals.
Like, and then you have this one. You have like the only two good cops in this area, and one of them's like, one of them's working on the computer, and the other one's the chief. And I'm just like, you poor man, you have to deal with this crap all the time, don't you?
Yep. So so it's a great series. It has those themes in it. You got great if you're into supernatural stuff. We got some great supernatural.
Sometimes I can't tell if it's supposed to be kept a secret or not, because I don't think it's really.
Yeah, a lot of people know about it.
A lot of people know.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know. So it's kind of like, it doesn't. It's kind of a gray area.
It's just like if you know, you know. Nobody really cares. Like
it's like the officials, like the political class knows about it, but maybe the normal humans.
What are you talking about? When the ghost died, everybody was looking at it.
Yeah, so it's got it kind of blurred.
Like it's like people know these things, right? But like, and sometimes like the people who were kidnapped and given to some of the Aswang that were working for the mayor, they were more terrified about being eaten than the actual creatures themselves. They're just like, it was like they knew what they were, and they're like, yeah, we know these things, but they're like dead terrified because like they're gonna eat them.
Yeah. So anyways, it's a great series. I definitely hope there's a second season.
There's definitely that teaser.
Yeah, the teaser at the end makes it really interesting.
Don't know who that is.
And we still got
looks like some kind of upper moon from Demon Slayer though.
Yeah, we still got to explore Trese's sister. What really happened to her? They can explore that. And
she belongs in the night.
Yep. And so
I wonder how that would feel, just having your body used around to kill things.
I don't know.
That would be so weird.
Well, we'll find out. Well, I'll find out when we do the sacrifice of you and put you in a knife.
All right.
And then we'll see how it is when we cut potatoes and stuff, and maybe you can talk to us through the knife.
Okay. You wouldn't even know how to. You wouldn't even know how to pronounce the spells. What are you talking about?
I'll get Siri to talk for me.
You can't. That's not. You can't do that. That's cheating.
All right. You guys have a great day. Did you like Trese? Recommend it. We're looking forward to season 2.
Like, subscribe, comment. Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully season 2 comes out next year. Have a great day.
Bye.